Alright, so here in front of me, I have a variety of different meteorites that I have come across. All these stones are magnetic, but not only are they magnetic, they also repel magnets as well. So they don't just attract them, but you can see some of the lines and everything here. I believe this one to be lunar, piece of lunar meteorite, possibly. I'm just gonna go through and show you guys all of them. Let me see. I do have two lights on. I'm gonna try to take them. Okay, we'll just leave it there. So I showed you this one. That's kind of pretty close. Let's see if we can get closer. Okay. It's kind of shaped like a heart, maybe. But all of these stones that I've found over time, I kind of set them aside because something drew me to them. Like I didn't see the stones or anything at first, but something drew me to the area that they were in, and upon further searching and stuff, I found a stone, these stones or whatever, and some of them didn't really look too fancy or anything, but something about them stood out. And upon my learning and things like that, I understand that the human brain, or I believe the pineal gland, is what allows the human brain to pick up on magnetic fields within its environment. So it's a detector for electromagnetic energy and stuff that may be in the area, and to me that explains the reason why even very tiny small stones or pieces I was able to find or come across. Some of these, like this one, I found this at nighttime. But the fact that even the smaller stones I was, drawn to and stuff like that, it proved that to me to be true. The fact that the brain can detect, or the pituitary gland or pineal gland, one of those can detect electromagnetic fields and energies and stuff. Sorry. Some of these are dirty also because I've had them for quite some time. But yeah, it made sense to me that that would be possible. I also believe we have these innate gifts and things to detect psychic information and stuff. So collecting these stones, I didn't think too much of them at first. I kind of just collected them or whatever. And then, upon learning or looking into certain things and whatever, I tested a few stuff like, to see if they're magnetic. I weighed them to see how much weight they have for their size, and things like that. And I may be wrong about some of them. Some of them may not be meteorites. However, based on you know based on the fact that they are very stony, and look very unusual, and they are also magnetic. Which there are some stones that are magnetic, and everything. There are some stones that are magnetic, because they have like magnetite or something like that in them, or hematite even. But as far as like the shapes of them, the crust and things like that on it, like this. Most of those stones that are magnetic are more shiny or reflective for the most part. This is a nice one. It's reddish in color, kind of like this here. The patterns and everything on it, to me, looks similar from this angle. Just this big one here is a little more polished, but yeah, they are very magnetic. I know sometimes the stones, as they come into the atmosphere, they may break up, and then little pieces are fused together, where you'll see these lines here. They'll come together and fuse together, as it enters the atmosphere. They usually come with very smooth surfaces, also kind of crusty, dry looking surfaces. All meteorites, for the most part, are magnetic, because they are, stony and metal. Very few metal ones have been found. The stone ones are the ones that are found most often. But there are some that are not, metal at all or magnetic at all or anything like that. Just stone. And correct me at any time, if you see something that sticks out as not quite being a meteorite. But from most of the tests that I've done, with these stones that I found, have proven them, as well as their appearances, have proven them to be meteorites. This one, you can see the burn from when it came into the atmosphere across the back of it. Sorry, my camera's not the best, but you see that streak or that burn going across the back. This part up here is different. This one is very similar to the one that I have. The pretty one, my baby, that I wear on my neck. Only it is not, yeah, that's a little better, having it a little further back. It is not as pretty, I guess you could say. Let me take this one off so you can see it. I'm gonna set this down for a second, you guys. So this is my baby. It's very, very, very pretty. This one I keep, or I'm keeping for myself for sure. It's one of my favorite ones out of all of them. Has a very smooth texture to it. Reminds me of the Superman symbol, you know, because of the shape and everything. Has a few calm jewels in it. Here's one there. You can see that. Right there. There's a few of them over here. See this one right here. Another one right here. And this one right here. Yeah, this is my baby. I keep this one with me all the time because I feel like they do, as well as they bring information or certain elements to the earth, they also do so for us, you know, being that we are pretty much the same part and parcel of this earth here. Some of the elements, you know, the magnetism, things like that to it, we pick up on another level or dimension or frequency, I guess you could say. I definitely feel it's brought me some information in relation to things we would not normally perceive or know about. But yeah, let me finish showing you the others. I'm gonna also post photos of them so you can see like the weight and everything of them. This one, you know, looks kind of basic or whatever. I'm not sure if this is Meteorite, but it is highly attracted to magnets, and it also has a push, if you could say, or if that's the correct term to use for magnets. So it attracts and repels the magnets as well. I don't see any material or anything on the surface of it that looks, you know, like magnetite or anything, but who knows. This one here, this is another nice one that I was able to come across. I tried to scrape down this one because I believed it to be magnetic. When I first found it, I believed it to be magnetic. For whatever reason, I picked it up because it was smooth and I liked how it looked. But this, the magnet that I had at the time, it was not strong enough to attach to it or give it any type of pull or anything. I also didn't think to suspend the magnet from a string and hover this thing by it to see what kind of pull it had. But once I did so today, I found out that this has a very strong, very, very strong magnetic pull. It's kind of blackish, greenish in color. I believe the orange rust there would be like iron or whatever in it. But nice piece, other than the scraping that I tried to do. This looks to be a common stony meteor, I guess, which is also magnetic. And you know, a lot of these I find, and you know, some of them I found at the beach, like my beauty here. I found this one at the beach. She washed up on shore, along with a few others. But yeah, you know, these things, these stones, you know, it's crazy that a piece of space can be held in your hand, you know. This one here was also very highly magnetic. Let's see a few depressions in it and stuff. I'm not sure about this one. It weighs a few pounds, but it is very magnetic, kind of dusty, I guess you could say. See some rusting and stuff in it or on it. I believe it to be a meteorite here, but I could be wrong about this one. Let me know what you think. It is magnetic for sure. This here, I felt or believed was a, you know, just like a conglomerate stone or whatever, because conglomerate stones, they look like this, you know, they have a bunch of sedimentary rocks and things like that in it. But then this here, you know, the shape of it alone, you know, most of the stones when they come into the atmosphere, they're teardrop shape, you know, and then also the fracture here, or you know, the line here looks like it could have been fused together possibly, or possibly came together at some point maybe. But this brownness here, to me, looks burnt on there, not necessarily like it was like that. These here, you see these white things, would either be chondrules or they would be some type of silica, calcium deposits or something like that do come up in them. Like my favorite one here, this one has some of those also, but they are rusted in color. So some parts of them are white, but it's rusted. These are rusted, possibly because it was in the water and washed up on shore, which, you know, smoothed it out and everything like that. But yeah, I could be wrong about this one too. It's just a thought, you know. Let me know what you guys think about it. Look pretty, like a pretty for sure identification. This is also magnetic. It is attracted to magnets. I wish I had a big enough magnet to pick up, you know, things that are a few pounds or whatever. This weighs a few pounds. This here, I believe, is also a stony meteorite. It is also magnetic, as all these stones here are. I know I keep saying it a lot, but I like to let that sink in, or, you know, at least get that across first. This here, this whiteness, whatever may be the outer crust, or the remains of the outer crust, as they do still contain them sometimes when they come into the atmosphere. Here's one, a stony iron. It's attracted to metals, or attracted to magnets, attract and repel, or attracts and pulls, and pushes the stones. And then I have a few here that, okay, so this looks like it could possibly be a meteorite, but this is iron slag. It's completely magnetic all around. This was found on the railroad. I thought that it was a meteorite because of the spacey look to it, but this is iron slag. It is magnetic, but it does not repel or anything with any magnets. It just attracts it. And then also, if you was to test this in any kind of way, it would come up as iron mixed with a bunch of other chemicals that they used to build the railroad tracks, I believe. Okay, so now I'm going to show a few that I believe to be some form or some type of meteorite, although they are not magnetic in any way. Okay, so like this one here, this black crust like stuff or whatever, I tried to brush off or see if it was removable. The stuff does not come off. It looks like it could possibly be some type of lunar rock in some kind of way. I believe some of these have like olivine and stuff like that on them, which may be what that green tinge and stuff is. But I believe this to also be a piece of space rock. Let me know what you guys think about it. Then this here. So this to me looks to be a piece of some kind of tektite, maybe. It has these white spots and things like that in them, or this white material. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's two here in the back. What makes me believe that this is a meteor because of the shape. It looks like it was pressed in some kind of way, which, with very high temperatures or whatever, or extreme pressure, is kind of waxy or look kind of smooth, like it was pressed into shape or between two things, which gives it the kind of shape that it has a few indentations, stuff like that on it. And then the lines, the line patterns or whatever to it, reminds me of Moldavite. If you guys have ever seen what Moldavite looks like, it has all these patterns and things pressed in all directions from the intense heat and stuff from it, from the impact and the gases and stuff trapped between the meteorite and then the earth. Which other ones? These here, with the shape of them, they are not magnetic, but look as if they were burned or came into the atmosphere. They also have some patterns and things on them. This, I'm not sure what it is at all, but it was pretty weird or interesting looking, so I picked it up and decided to show it to you guys as well. Maybe somebody can help me identify what this is. has some reflective metals and stuff in it, but it is not magnetic at all. Here's another one like the previous piece that I showed, where it was kind of had this melted kind of look to it. Also not magnetic. And yeah, that's about it. So I'll post some videos so you guys can see the weight of the stones themselves, and then you guys can, maybe be the judge for yourselves on if these beauties here are meteorites or not. I'm gonna put my piece back on. This is one of my favorites here. It just looks like a heart to me, like these, I'm not sure if that's visible. I'm trying to get it clear. Okay, so it has like these streak patterns going straight down. Not all over the rock, but here at the top. Here on the sides. Let me know what you think, guys. Thank you for watching, tuning in. I appreciate all you guys' input, and I look forward to doing more videos of my finds and collections. Yeah, thank you.